All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Chris Lyzak. I am one of the co-directors here for the OWU Summer Music Camp. I also serve as the marching band director, and I teach drums here at Ohio Wesleyan University. And I'd love to welcome you here to one of 3 concurrently running grand finale concerts. Now, I made this announcement about 15 minutes ago, but I'm going to do it one more time just to be safe. If you have not figured it out right now, you are here for the jazz band and the concert band concert. If that is not the one you were hoping to see, there's still time to get to the one that you need to. If you're looking for strings, that's happening at the Chapelier Drama Theater, which is just on the Jaywalk, a short walk. If you're looking for the musical theater scenes and the chorus, you have to drive to get there. That's a much farther walk, and it is pretty warm outside. But if you're here for bands, you can stay put, and we're going to get started here in a hot second. Speaking of hot seconds, it's warm in here, isn't it? So I would like to invite you in between each of the groups if you feel like you need to go outside and cool off if possible outside because it's a little warm in here. We're going to try and keep the fans on as much as possible. I know, these are bad jokes. We're starting off real bad here. There is a water bottle filling station backstage, so if you brought a water bottle and you need to refill it in between the groups, that's totally fine. The only thing that I ask is that you exit either after a group is done or before a group is going to perform. Please, 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 unless it's an emergency, refrain from actually moving while there is music being played. Photography is encouraged as long as there's no flashes on it. Please take a whole bunch of pictures, share them to the social media so that we can start curating more as well too. However, I do have a request. Please don't actually take videos. We do have Holly up at the top. Holly, wave. Hi, Holly. Holly, we love Holly. She is taking video up there, and there will be a video posted to our YouTube page at the end. So photos cool, videos maybe not so cool, and you can catch the YouTube video once it gets posted up. I'm going to save the majority of my talking right before the very end. There are a couple set changes that will take just a little bit longer, but we're going to try and move this through as quickly as we can, and then I'll also let you know about the whole checkout process once we're done. But that's enough for me for now. I would like to introduce Mr. Paul Bruner and the beginning jazz band.
The beginning jazz band group is a small group. It's more of a jazz combo than the full big band that some of you are used to. We're going to be playing 3 numbers for you today. We're going to play When the Saints Go Marching In, a song titled Killer Joe, and we're going to end with Blues for 5. There'll be solos at different times. Give a round of applause afterwards. And that's kind of been the focus of our 4 hours of rehearsal we've had this week, was not only learning the melody, but then getting the kids comfortable with improvising and inventing their part on the spot. Without any further ado, the beginning jazz band.
I would like to introduce the Junior Jazz Band under the direction of Mrs. Melissa Grimes.
Hello, as Dr. Lysak said, my name is Melissa Grimes. I've had the pleasure of conducting the Junior Jazz Ensemble. You'll see me later for the Junior Winds, the concert band. That was Secret Agent Man, and we will end our little segment with Oye Como Va.
right, and rounding out the jazz band portion of our concert, we have the senior jazz band under the direction of Mr. Lee Auer.
Good afternoon. My name is Lee Auer. I'm excited to have this 4 hours of rehearsal just like the rest of us to put these songs together. That was Logan Renner on trumpet and Bryson LeMay on the tenor sax. So another round of applause for those two gentlemen. And that selection, that was called Lullaby of Birdland. Our next tune is called Perdido. It feels like we're on the beach in Perdido right now. I'm not used to turning on microphones. Anyway, a big thanks to our college students who are helping out this week. They all soloed on that one, almost all of them. On trumpet, we had Brian Harrington and Logan Page, and on alto saxophone, Riley Jones, and also helping out in alto saxophone, but no solos for her. That's Amanda Matias Gonzalez. College students, please raise your hands. Thank you for your help this week. Our next tune features music from the movie Chicago. Our soloist starting that one, that was Aiden Haggerty on the trumpet. Another round of applause for him, please. Also, in the back, taking turns, and since we're about to do our final song, taking turns, we have Will on drum set and also Grace on drum set. Big round of applause for our two great set players. Our last tune this afternoon, and we'll get moving with the last half of the concert. This is the famous Herbie Hancock tune, Chameleon, featuring Tristan Neely on Barry sax. Please enjoy, and thanks for being here, and keep your kids in music. Thanks.
first half of the concert featured our jazz bands. Jazz band for a camp was considered one of the electives, so they didn't have as much rehearsal time as the bands that you're about to hear. But still, one more round of applause for all the jazz bands. That was fantastic. I've been with this camp for 3 years now, and this is the first year that I have taken on a specifically administrative role with the camp. So the past couple of years I've had the opportunity to teach and get my hands in the weeds a little bit during camp, but this year I have been hands-off in terms of the music preparation throughout the entire week. So as I've been able to go around and hear stuff, it's been really unique for me to kind of hear the growth without being involved with the growth. And I'll speak more about our faculty at the end of the concert when I've got a little bit more time to talk, but it's been really awesome to hear all the growth throughout the course of the week. I'm going to keep things moving along here. I'm going to reintroduce Mr. Paul Bruner with the beginning band.
The beginning band, we met Monday morning, and we're here now to play our concert. We're playing 4 pieces. We're playing Valiant Shield, we're playing Zombie Nation, we're also playing Byzantine Dances, and we'll end with more cowbell. And it is my pleasure to let you know, because I didn't know this was happening, but the composer of Valiant Shield, Central Ohio's own Lisa Galvin, is in the audience. So she is in the back, and we are so glad she's here. There's other music of hers later on, but thank you for coming, Lisa. As you can tell, we've done a lot of exciting, fun things. Before we play the last song, I just want to take a moment to tell the parents out there, your students have been wonderful to work with. They're full of energy, really full, especially after they ate all the cookies at lunchtime in the afternoon practice. But they've been fun to work with, and I've enjoyed it very much. And I hope their band directors appreciate what we've done here. And I've just had a blast working with them, and I've appreciated, we have 4 different camp counselors that have been kind of, 2 of them have been with us the whole entire week. 2 of them have kind of popped in and out to make sure that we had parts covered and things like that. And I just can't thank my camp counselors enough for everything, and I can't thank my students enough. I realize they go from like one band practice once a week, or maybe 2 or 3 once a week for an hour, to 6 hours of playing for 4 or 5 days in a row, and it can be quite a shock, but they've done a great job and worked very hard. We're going to end with more cowbell.
All right, please welcome back to the stage Mrs. Melissa Grimes and the Junior Concert Band.
There it is.
Got it.
The first piece we're going to be playing today is titled Galibration. And as mentioned previously, the composer Lisa Galvin is actually here with us tonight. So let's give a hand for Lisa Galvin. Yeah. Galibration was originally commissioned by Mr. David Bode and the Lancaster General William T. Sherman to commemorate the opening of their new campus. In Galibration, recurring melodic motifs are a unifying factor. Galibration is an enthusiastic, fanfare-like piece with an energetic finish. Without further ado, Galibration.
Okay, our next piece is called Aeolian Winds by John F. Edmonds. This is a bit of a slower one, so we had an opportunity here to kind of work more on, longer phrasing and more controlled dynamics. So as you listen, keep in mind the slow, gentle mood of the piece and try to think about what kind of story the composer was trying to tell.
Again, I am Melissa Grimes, and this is the Junior Winds. I've had so much fun working with them this week. As you could tell by that last note, they've brought the energy, they've brought the focus. That's an attestment to all of you. So my real thank you, the biggest thank you, is the thank yous we haven't said yet, and it is to you, the parents. So thank you for fostering the listening. They've been listening very well as the energy, and they brought it this week, for sure, the Junior Winds. We're going to end with Levitating, and yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Then we'll be up for the last ensemble.
All right, this is my long speech portion here. I'm going to keep it as short as possible. I really, really promise. But there's a lot of people that go into a camp like this, and there's a lot of people that need to get thanked publicly just to make sure that we know that we are appreciating their efforts. If you want to, you can follow along and turn along to the back 2 pages of your program. Everyone listed here was a faculty or a staff member that was associated with the camp. This could have been private lessons, this could have been the elective teachers, our fantastic conductors that have been up along here, as well as our counselor staff. So, counselors, if you could come out forward real quick, you don't have to come all the way up to the stage. If we've got counselors on stage, go ahead and stand up. But everybody who is associated with camp this week, be it a conductor, a counselor, some sort of staff, if we could give them a giant round of applause. As one of the camp co-directors, I can put a plan on paper, and that's fantastic, but that plan doesn't get executed without fantastic faculty, staff, and counselors. We literally can't do this without them. So as you see them, as you exit, if you could pass along another thank you. But again, this camp doesn't happen without fantastic people working behind the scenes to make sure that the campers are safe as we go along. There's also a couple groups I'd like to pull a special attention to that's on the back page here. Buckeye Valley High School is generous enough to let us borrow some music stands and percussion equipment, so thank you, Buckeye Valley. We have a fantastic partnership with the Delaware Music Academy, and that's where our rock band elective happened this entire weekend. The kids were able to go over there and actually hang out in the Delaware Music Academy and then put on a couple great rock band performances earlier, so if we can give them a round of applause. I mean this when I say this. I have the best job in the world at the best university in the world. There's nowhere else that I would rather be. There are so many people here at OWU that make this camp happen behind the scenes, between our financial team, all of our recruiting team, getting the word out about this camp. So if we can just do a general thank you, OWU, a round of applause, that'd be fantastic. And by that same token, every camper here, I would love to see become a bishop at some point. So as you start to get towards that finish line and start to take a look towards your next college adventure, we would love to see you here in the red and black and become a bishop. If you have any questions about OWU and what we offer, not only from a music standpoint, but just as an institution as well too, you've got my email contact because I've emailed everyone at least 1,000 times. Reach out, and I would love to tell you about the wonderful things happening here on OWU's campus. We are going to do this again next year. And right now, the dates on the back, I want to put a little bit of a star next to. That is what we are assuming is going to be good. If it changes, we'll let y'all know as soon as possible. But right now, we are aiming for June 15th through 20th, 2025. We would love to see everyone back. Ideally, it will be cooler, but we all know Ohio weather. We cannot predict anything even remotely close to that. But we would love to see everyone back as we go to. And there's also fantastic things happening here on campus throughout the year. November 16th, if you're interested in marching band, I host a marching band visit day to where we invite anyone interested to literally come and hang out with us game day. You will learn some music, you'll learn a little bit of drill, we'll feed you, and you'll get a game day experience. So if you're thinking about marching band in college, that'd be a fantastic way to check it out. We just launched the Delaware Youth Wind Symphony this past year, and it was fantastic. We had 49 members strong. We put on a really great concert in It was May. We put on a concert in May. And we're going to run that again this year. We hope to bump up enrollment a little bit. As an offshoot of that, I'm going to be resurrecting a Greater Columbus Youth Percussion Ensemble as well, too, so you'll see more information about there. But we offer a ton here at OWU. We'd love to get your students on campus and get them involved with what we have to offer. That was the long and short of it. The last thing is, what do I do when we're done? All campers need to connect with their families at the end of the concert. That is priority number one. Priority number two is if there's anyone you want to grab a photo with, be it your conductors, your counselors, your favorite co-directors. We will be around to catch some photos. We can make that happen. If you are a day camper, you are good at that point. All you have to do is make sure you have all your stuff and then go home. If you're an overnight camper, you need to go to Smith Hall, which is where you dropped off, and that was the dormitory, and you need to pick up all of your stuff as well, too, because if you don't do that, you'll get charged the key fee, which is exorbitant this year, and I apologize about that. You'll also lose all of your stuff that is still over there as well, too. Speaking of your stuff, take all of it home with you. If you leave it here, It's going to be a bit before we get back to you because there'd be a lot of stuff to go through, and honestly, I need a little bit of downtime after this, so I don't want to go chasing down a lost and found all over the place. So take all of your stuff. Day campers, when you're done, we'll see you next year. Overnight campers, go to Smith first and check out, and then we'll see you again next year. That's all I've got. I'd like to introduce Mr. Craig Porter and the Senior Concert Band.
Thank you very much. As mentioned, my name is Craig Porter. I've had the awesome experience of working with these young people for the past 4 days, and we're excited to present our concert for you. Our first two pieces of Time and Change. This is by an Ohio composer, James Swearingen, and he wrote this piece. It was commissioned by the Ohio State University, and it is based upon Carmen, Ohio, their alma mater, so you will hear little bits of snippets of that throughout. Our second piece will be Factory Riffs, and it's just what it says. It is the sound of an assembly line in a factory. For our final piece, we're going to perform a pretty challenging piece of literature. This piece is entitled The Nine, and it was commissioned by Little Rock Central High School to commemorate the 60th anniversary of when Little Rock Central was desegregated as a high school. So, the story is in 1954, Brown versus Board of Education was decided that equal but separate schooling was unconstitutional. In 1957, 9 students applied to go to an all-white high school in Little Rock Central. And they were accepted. However, the Arkansas governor decided that he was against interracial schools, and he brought up the National Guard and blocked those students from attending the school that they were accepted to for several weeks. President Eisenhower at the time heard about this, and he nationalized those National Guard members, as well as brought in 1,000 members of the 101st Airborne, who escorted those students into class for the first time on September 23rd, 1957. This piece, it starts out with a beautiful hymn of hope, and we go but you hear the tension underneath. You'll hear that once we get going. And then we hear that the students had a horrible year. They were harassed, they were bullied by the white students at their school. And you're gonna hear the horrible things that they went to. It's a very, very tough, powerful piece. At the end, we bring that hymn back as a sign of hope and that our country has moved forward. But still at the end, you get to decide with what you hear, have we totally resolved all of our issues in America? This is entitled The Nine. I would like to at this time welcome Ohio Wesleyan University vocal education major, Abby Bennett, to the stage. She is going to be our vocal soloist today.
Show me the light, show me the light. Lord, hear my voice, show me the light, and lead me home through endless night. Show me the light, Lord, show me the light. Show me the light, show me the light.